What is up, everybody? Hello! It is Wednesday afternoon. The DNA show, Dennis and Andy in the house, just came up from the bowels of the garage. For Dennis and people on his intelligence level, that means below us, where we have been steadily working, boxing up packages of core draft, the reckoning to get out to you guys. We've got let's see, this week, by the time this week's over, it's looking like a little over 500 packages will go out or have gone out of Core Draft the Reckoning. So everybody knows the way we're doing it. We're doing all the single books first. So if you just got book A, boom, cover B, C, and so on and so forth. But rest assured, we are actually in the phase now of packaging things together. So now we're doing add-ons and stuff with cover A and what people added on and so on and so forth. So it's moving along really good. Dennis and I got a nice system down there. I sit in a nice high chair. It's really comfy. I have a beer. I have a whip. And I go, whoosh, work faster, bitch. And it works well. He moves pretty quick.
So for those of you that get bloodstains on your packaging, you know where it came from. The hard marks known as Andy.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I want the books out. I want them out right. And I want to be able to whip Dennis as much as I can. So there you go. He enjoys it, though. That's the weird part. He's like, give me more. I'm like, but you're actually doing good work. So strange family. That's why he'll always never wear sleeves, but never shirtless, because then you'd see the marks on his back. Randy Howell in the house. Hello, hail. Let's see. Pop in the link. Closes tonight. I've already extended it, guys. Nice and tight. The comic book pencil of Andy Smith. The first 30 days does end at 3 a.m. tonight. You know, when I started the campaign, I didn't know what day it was. I'm not going to be able to live stream and stuff. Go back it. We'll talk about it later. But thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel. Randy's posting links like a boss. Thank you. The Don is in the house. What is up? He's here to support his dude Hojo. That's what we like. Levi Skeen, hello. Say hi to some more people. Marcus is in the house. Hello. We'll see Marcus on Sunday at the local comic show. Stephen De La Vega is in the house. Can't wait for Core Draft. You know it. Citizen Ronan, what is up? We saw what you do, Karaoke Man. That's right, you did. You did. Andy is mean, says Rob Hunter. That's weird. He's in the back room, but now he might not even be on the show today because of that comment. I don't know. Phantasmagorical. Hey,
Love the
all
name.
right, everybody. Let's kick the show off. We've got two great guests. Already said Rob Hunter. We got Hojo in the show as well. First time to the channel, so he gets to come on first. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad you could come on. Make it.
Thanks for having me.
Very nice. I like the little background. I like the shelves behind you. A little Jack Daniels I see.
Nice. Yes.
Up there. Some action figures and stuff. I'm scoping it out, seeing if I need to drive up there or not and take a peek. I do that. I'm kind of a stalker.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I brewed my own beer so we could have a few.
Oh,
Love
shit.
it.
There you
Love
go.
it. You're brew man. I used to brew. My wife made me quit. It's a bad thing.
Yeah, I
Well,
got
I
a
mean,
medal right there. I got second
Entered to the
place.
hospital with poisoning, Dennis.
What was that?
So I got a medal there. I got second place at a brew competition in Richmond.
Okay. Gotta ask, what's your favorite kind of beer?
Ooh,
Type.
I don't know. An Italian Pilsner. I've been on a kick.
Pilsners?
Yeah. Oh, no, just this particular one. It's like an Italian Pilsner. It's so good. It's made with
Oh,
like
that's cool.
New Zealand hops or something like that. It's insane. It's Italian, but New Zealand at the same time.
Nice. Cool. And I agree with Randy. Let's get me up to 3,000 subscribers. I'm like 27, almost at 2,800. So, yeah, that'd be
But don't
great.
worry. He's used to feeling inadequate, Randy. So I appreciate at least you posting it up there.
What's the DNA channel have now?
3,051.
Nice.
Yeah, we were so
Nice.
busy fulfilling, we didn't even get to do a stream for the 3,000th subscriber.
It's Rob Hunter.
And we like Rob because he says the truth in his comments.
He does.
I do. Oh, Andy is
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for joining us, Rob. Okay, so back to the show. Just kidding, Rob. You can say I'm mean. I used to whip you as well when we lived close to each other.
Mm-hmm. We
That's
were
what you
what,
do.
4 feet away from each other? We were almost back to back at CrossCheck.
Pretty much. And we were so close that I'd be like, Rob, come on, take a shower. It's been like 3 days.
Well, what I would do is I'd just turn my fan off, so then you couldn't smell it as bad.
Right. Or aim it in a different direction. So there you go.
Exactly.
Well, we were to talk Godzilla -1, but only Dennis and I have seen it. Hojo's going Sunday, and Rob thumbed his nose about it and said, I don't care. I'll watch it on my 32-inch tube TV when I can. So
55-inch. 55-inch. So.
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't know they made black and white TVs that big.
neither did I.
They do,
I
especially
didn't think,
from Japan.
I
Especially.
didn't think tube TVs were that big anymore. So
Well, I wanted full color, but my cable and internet are so bad that they're like, we probably only can get you the black and white signal. Right?
So Rob, I really hate to tell you this because we talked about this a while back, but with your internet, Google Fiber officially sent me everything in the mail. I am now live to get it.
I got
8 gigabyte streaming, up and down, synchronous. $150 a month, including two router extenders built into the package. Somebody's getting really fast internet here. You can even leech off some of mine if you were closer. It's going to be that powerful.
Wow.
2 weeks ago on my doorknob was an announcement, one of those little pamphlets that Frontier Fiber is coming to my neighborhood. And last week they painted the blue lines through the front of my my front yard.
Yeah, I have
So
fiber.
I'm so excited because T-Mobile home internet is shit. They're just as bad as Spectrum.
Yeah.
Spectrum. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Oh, I got
Oh,
it.
Yeah, that's what we're on right now.
That's what we're on right now. Yeah.
What do you got, Hojo?
I don't even. I think it's some kind of fiber. It's Lumos. That's what it is. Lumos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got AT&T for the house, but for out here, I have Spectrum. But
But it was
He takes
it was
for
already
granted.
here. It was already
Doesn't
here,
even
like
know
built
the
into
name
the
of
house
it.
we bought.
Oh yeah.
You know
Stephen
exactly
De La
what
Vega
cable
wants to
you have
know
when it's
where.
shit.
What's that?
I'm done. Sorry. I said when your cable and internet are shitty, you know exactly what you have.
Right.
Because you search for whatever any options. So.
Right. No, I hear you. That's true. Stephen De La Vega, where's my Lady Ballers review? Hopefully next week. So stay tuned. We do want to watch that. It looks funny.
Yeah, we're going
So.
Saturday. Sunday we're at a convention, so we won't be able to sneak it in there. But we will try to find a day in between fulfilling all the Core Draft, the Reckoning books to try and find this movie and bring you a review.
That's right. Citizen Ronan says Google Fiber, so Dennis is a commie. Well, yeah, but he was a commie before, so it really doesn't matter.
You know that you either suck it up and do something like that. If there was another option other than Spectrum, I would take it. But for that kind of speed, I mean, crap. I mean, half the time it feels like I'm on dial-up. You know, I'm expecting AOL. Here's your mail to come popping up. It's so slow.
For that kind of speed, Dennis is all about the hammer and sickle. Anyhow, let's get on with the show, shall we?
I don't know, comrade.
Whoa! Leave that shit at the door, buddy.
I don't know.
No reds up in here.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're wearing your hat in here, Mister. So anyway, Hojo, since it's your first time to the show,
Yes.
we always like to ask our brand new guests a couple of questions. You know, your origin story, because a lot of people may not know you that are tuned in right now. So, number one, how did you get into comics? And do you remember like the first comic book you either bought or got from somebody, and which got you interested?
Oh yeah, I got a bunch of hand-me-downs from like my older cousin. He's like 7 years older than me. So The first thing I remember is like the Ferrigno Hulk, like seeing that on TV when I was a kid, and the Spider-Man is Amazing Friends.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, he gives me these books. I'm like, wait a minute, there are books with these people in them? And
Yeah.
it wasn't like everything at Walmart. You had to be cool to find comics. You had to know what to do. And so I just grew up on them and kind of helped me read. I was an only child, so like I would look up words in the dictionary. I'm like, well, what does this word mean? And stuff like
You're
that.
so lucky.
So, yeah.
Only
I was
child.
lazy. If I was like, what the hell's that word mean? I'm like, eh. Keep going.
And so
Cat,
like,
what is that?
We know.
I know.
Everyone knows.
It shows. So what were some of your favorites like growing up and stuff?
like I was just talking about this the other day, like Hulk, obviously, like religiously all the time. The X Factor, and I was like a big like with music too. I'm like a B-side guy, so I would go with like Excalibur. The Defenders is my favorite team book of all time.
Oh, nice.
And so I got really interested in Peter David's stuff. So I read his Aquaman too, and some Green Lantern. Like I like the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern and stuff like that. The good stuff. I was 10 years old when Image happened, so that was crazy. Living, during those times and like seeing lines out the block, people buying 18 covers. And
I would really like to have experienced something like that. I can't really think of anything during our childhood and stuff. And Rob, you're the same because we're all Rob, Dennis, and I are about the same age. I don't think there's anything that made such a splash like Image did when we were 10, 12 years old, that would really,
No, it was a constant. We didn't have, Death of Superman was really the big one.
That doesn't count. That's still around the Image.
But that's what I'm saying. That was really the first one that really took, because it became mainstream media. All the news channels covered it. It was this national, great, big, huge thing and stuff like that. Yeah. And so that really was the first ones. And then Image followed it. So in our lifetime, we didn't have anything big that was outside of nerdom, really.
Yeah.
I was just starting to read the first comic I bought with my own money was it's like What If 25, and it's some weird thing. I did like a YouTube short on it where like the heroes and villains get turned into lizard people, and like it's set during like Atlantis attacks or whatever, and like it's like this cabal of like it's like the Grey Hulk, Doctor Doom, Aquarian, and all these and it was nuts. And I was just like, wow. So I was hooked. But like Jim Lee, I had just discovered Jim Lee, on X-Men and all that. With that, it was just it's a magical time to be that age.
If I remember right, it was 83 when Marvel put out that first official handbook of the Marvel Universe. And I remember buying those off the spin rack at our local drugstore. And Aquarian's the guy that wears the white robes, right? That looks like Jesus. Yeah. And I remember flipping to that because it was the first time I ever saw this character. Yeah. And I'm looking through the Marvel handbook and I go, what? Jesus is a Marvel character? Yeah. I'm like, what is this?
Oh, man.
And why is he in the A's?
When in that time frame for you, it really was. It was magical in the comic industry.
Like the trading cards that just come out.
We didn't have the big splash, but we had some of the best, I would argue, some of the best writing, some of the books out that were at that time. Yeah. It just wasn't, it was substance. There just wasn't the sizzle that was in your time.
Yeah. And, you conversely on that, I had the Vertigo stuff, in like 89, we had to sneak it. That was kept in like a back room, like porn, like with the heavy metal magazine and stuff. We had to he was like, all right, you go distract and we'll go in here and we'll get a few, we'll take a look at some and then we'll go out because you don't want to steal.
I remember the comic shop I went to growing up. So 16, 17 years old when I was driving. One of them, because there were a few, but one of them did have a 18 and up section, not a room or anything, but it was, just a rack that was probably 4 feet across and, regular height, whatever, maybe 20 books on it, mostly underground stuff because that stuff was kind of pushing it. And, it had to be in a different section legally for them to sell it.
Right. Right.
So.
And like the trading cards that just come out, like the Marvel Series 1 and 2, and like that's I think that's where I started to begin to like be a writer, I think, because I would take them and I would say, all right, I want this one, this one, this one. I'm gonna make a team with these guys. And then like I would write out how they would interact with each other and stuff. Like
the
those
Marvel
cards
cards
were everywhere.
they had the clear
everywhere.
ultras.
Yeah.
Oh man, like the Joe Jusko art and stuff on that.
Yes, exactly. I had binders,
masterpiece.
because I had to collect them all, and I would go. My wife and I would go down and buy boxes of them, and we would sit on the floor, turn on TV, and we'd be sorting them because I had to have them. You had to have all the Chase holograms and various.
Oh, the holograms! I got a binder right in the other room with the holograms. Yeah,
nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, and when they did the Marvel Masterpieces, that right there is when I was just like, comics were the most wonderful art form I've ever seen. It's just some of the paint, like the Beast one with him hanging upside down with the beaker. That's just amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it was, like I said, when we were growing up, number ones came out, but it was generally limited series.
Yeah, like
because it was, we were growing up during a time where they weren't rebooting anything. It was all, just long-term numbering. I mean, shit, you got to think about it. In 1982, 83, when I started collecting stuff, Marvel was only a little over 20 years old, counting from Fantastic Four #1 in 1961, it's crazy. And as a kid, you don't think and go, well, even as a kid, you go, wow, 20 years old, that's a long time. But as an adult, you're like, 20 years old is when, Rob and I basically left CrossGen. Seems like yesterday,
I was initially going to pitch this to CrossGen, but you guys were out of business when I got back. Did they go out of business, like 05, 06?
I think they lasted.
We were going so fast. Flash.
Thanks, Rob.
Did they really last that long? No, 2004, right? Andy, did they still?
I left in August or summer of 03, and I want to say they at least made it to pushing to 05, I thought, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, Joe Jusko's cards were great, considering the size he painted those too, because I think if I remember right, he painted a lot of those cards roughly 8.5 by 11 because they were cards. So it doesn't sound big, but when you shrink it down to card size, you don't need to do a painting that's like super huge because it's going down to card size. So,
did you ever read his interview talking about when he was working on those cards?
No.
The deadlines were so tight that he got to a point where his wife was opening his studio door, leaving him his meals, and he had to keep just working.
Oh, wow.
But there was so much money. There's so much money in those cards back then. We would all do that. We'd be like, even my wife would be like, what? I have to do what? And I'd be like, this is how much I get for this card.
Oh, yes, you damn well will.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm pretty sure he knew that was going to be like his retirement. If he
Rob, I know your wife. If you said that to your wife, she would have locked you in the room, so you couldn't get out. You'd be like, "Hey, you're the bathroom, honey. Why is the door locked on the other side? Keep painting cards, Rob.
Here's your bucket.
Here's the bucket.
That's right.
Here's your bucket.
I was going to say, coffee cans in the corner. Let me know if it's full.
No, let the window if it's full.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
That sounds like my
especially after the last couple of years.
But that's what we were talking. The Don made the comment, drawing Star Wars ships fighting in the margins of notebook paper. So again, think about that. We were around when Star Wars came out in the theater, and I remember seeing it in the theater, but it was just a sci-fi movie. It is nothing that it became. And it was cool. And then everybody really enjoyed it and started getting up. And then by the 80s, Empire Strikes Back has come out, and then Return of the Jedi. Star Wars became a phenomenon. Everybody loved it. The comic books for Star Wars. So you got your superheroes, the sci-fi stuff. They did Battlestar Galactica, it was, again, you're talking about magical times. That really was it, because you got the comic books for the first time really overlapping with pop culture on the big screen, and
Yeah.
really Star Wars was what we had to thank for it.
Yeah. And then they in the 70s they brought back the horror stuff too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Tomb of Dracula. I love that run.
Oh yeah. I didn't, I remember that stuff and I appreciate the art, but I never really got into it. There's some books that like they work, I should say there's genres that work for me, TV and movies, but for me they just don't translate as well to the comics.
Right.
And maybe I didn't give them enough of a chance, but like the horror comics just never really did much for me because I don't know, something about seeing it on the big screen and stuff, or just TV and, just visually TV movie,
Right.
just to me works better than reading it. Or actually a novel. As much as I love comics, I'd rather almost read a horror novel because then you really are having to imagine everything and that can almost be worse,
Oh shit, I have a horror comic. I'll be right back. Good.
Uh-oh.
Andy, what year did you graduate the Cooper School?
91.
91. Okay, so I was there the next year because I remember the mall at the top of the hill.
Oh yeah,
in Dover. I remember there was a comic book store in that mall, and I remember that Death of Superman coming out, and that was the year I was at the Cooper School. So, talk about a bait and switch, dude. That's when comic books were rocking the most. 1992. Everything was selling fantastic.
Then they broke
I'm in
Batman's
school. I'm like, oh my God, we're all going to make so much money. Oh man, this is going to kick so much ass.
And X-Men #1, broke all the records, sold the most comic books, and that was 91. Jim Lee, when that came out. I mean, it was, the gatefold cover and everything like that. I mean, it took everything by storm.
It was so cool, dude.
And then the cartoon came out, and the whole world was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yes.
Oh, never watched it. Never watched the cartoon.
Like,
wait, the cartoon what?
The X-Men cartoon, the animated series, like when that came out,
I never really watched it either because it was
you guys were like what, 20 in your 20s?
No, I watched it. Trust me, I own it.
Of course.
I mean, I was working because what year did that come out?
But that's when like kids were like, there were kids I went to school with. They're like, "Oh man, Wolverine's so awesome." I'm like, you didn't know who that was like 3 months ago. You saw it on television.
No.
You ain't one of us.
That's why the movie studios should be putting money into the Saturday morning cartoons. That's how you educate the kids. You get the kids hooked on the cartoons.
You mentioned the X-Men cartoon. They're releasing the new ones in the exact same style and everything. X-Men 97's coming out to continue that original run.
Oh.
Is that Disney Plus that's showing up?
Well, it's not yet. They postponed it because it was supposed to be out, I think, this year.
It was, but it's pushed back.
Or is it next year? Yeah,
it's pushed back.
They're a little worried about the binary characters and all the other characters that they made gay and lesbian.
That's right.
Yeah, not the actual character.
How you can have Bobby Drake show up like with a woman in this one?
Oh my God, that X-Men character cisgender. I can't watch this. No. He's straight.
Why does Wolverine have a lisp? Wolverine has a lisp in this cartoon. Wait, what? What did you do?
Him and Cyclops keep going into the closet together.
Oh, come on!
That's what they'll do.
They're ruining all of our favorite comic.
They have ruined it, man. I've been done for years. Like I'll buy an occasion issue just, because the Hulk fan in me, like I'll have to buy issue 1 of whatever they reboot him as. I still don't agree with the take they have on him, but whatever. At least he's not Asian anymore. But I don't know, dude. I'm just done with all of it. Like,
is that kid?
They don't want
who
me
could turn into a Hulk?
Yeah, it's Amadeus.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm there, dude. I'm an X-Men fan. I collected it for 44 years. I owned them all. About a year ago, I quit. I couldn't take it anymore. It's terrible, and I cut cold turkey. I went to pick up my new funny books today, and there was an X-Men 29 in there because it was a Peach Momoko Rogue cover.
Did you buy it?
And I did not. I gave it back, and I'm like, no. He goes, "Oh, I know you're a Jean Grey fan, Dark Phoenix." But I said, nope, there's no point. I put it back. So once again, I walked out with absolutely zero Marvel in mind, even though I was $100 a week Marvel guy.
Wow.
It's all indie stuff now.
It's true. It's damn
I
true.
thought you were just describing a special cover when you said the Peach Momoka.
Peach Momoka. She's an artist. She's one of the new popular artists that everybody's going gaga over.
I thought you were talking about like a smoothie.
Well, why did you get an X-Men smoothie?
Yeah, no, she's an artist. She does a lot of covers, and everybody's going gaga for her. I've got some of the ones before I quit of her stuff, and it's an Eastern style. It's kind of neat. But
yeah, I mean,
is
okay.
she drawing in painting, or is it all digital?
No, she does watercolor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So no, she's traditional. I mean, honestly, her work is really nice. Yeah. What's up, Brian? Yeah, no, her work is really nice. Courtney, my daughter, when she does Star Wars covers, she wants to get those and stuff. So she digs it. I mean, it's nice looking stuff. So I'll give him that one. Andy Dennis, if you see my name up for mailing close to Christmas, please hold it till next year so as not to get lost in the holiday bustle. Okay. We can. Well, what did you order is really what it comes down to. So you might want to type in what you actually ordered if you remember, and then I can tell you because I remember that more.
Because we already printed a lot of labels and did a lot of packages.
Yeah, can you just look up his order number and shoot it to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I could. Dennis, are you seeing the all redone X-Men art Brett Booth is doing? I've seen him post stuff on Twitter. He's just doing that for fun. Right? Isn't Brett?
No, he's doing that for commissions. He's doing that for
that's what I mean. I mean commissions, not they're not
Marvel. It's not Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, I had not seen it. So the answer is no, I have not seen that. I still love the stuff. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if guys do it, and a lot of people do Dark Phoenix sketches and full covers and stuff for me, and I will always love it. I just bought, the new Jean Grey / Phoenix, Dark Phoenix sideshow statue and stuff like that. But I am not giving Marvel my money for any of this other stuff. So fan stuff, things like that. But I'm done with Marvel.
Yeah, well, this is just Brett. This is doing original art commissions.
Yeah, I would be down for looking at that, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, you're good. Now that I know what you ordered,
it is primo.
You're good.
Yeah, fine. It is. Because I'll even when he posts like the sketch, the original like layout, and I'm like, well, how good is it going to be? It's just his version of Uncanny X-Men 268, but then you see his version, and you're like, oh.
How'd you make it a little bit better?
He
did the Wildcats 1 cover, and I was just like, I saw the beginnings of that, and I was like, all right, the Spartan looks pretty, it looks close to Jim Lee. And then when he was done with it, I was like, fuck me.
He makes sure it's just it's still his
I
style.
want to I've been trying to prod him into doing X Factor #1 or New Defenders 125. I don't want to pay for it. I just want to see him do it. I want everybody else. I'm just like, come on, man. I'm in the middle of a campaign. Maybe later I'll get a private commission, but I want to see you do it, and everybody else just bring attention to those books too.
What's New Defenders 125?
That's like when they took over, and it was they made it into a kind of like an Avengers team. They had a mandate and stuff like that. It was Beast, Iceman, Angel, and Valkyrie and Gargoyle, I want to say like that. But they were a legit recognized superhero team. It wasn't a non-team anymore. Because the Hulk and all of them, they were gone. Doctor Strange, they were gone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Don saying? Don says the X-Men pieces are selling $3,500 a pop and some more. Wow. That's all. Well, here's the thing. I don't see Brett doing it. Brett was at DC for so long. Yeah. And DC, he's not doing it. As far as I know, he's not working at DC. I haven't seen anything. So, if he can do this.
The Spawn.
Yeah, he's doing Spawn stuff.
Gunslinger.
Oh, that's right.
And
He's doing Spawn stuff. That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I know his price for commissions too, like per figure. So those X-Men covers with all the different, with like 5 or more characters,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'm not either.
3,500
Yeah.
for that. So I have Brett. And here's an announcement. Brett did a Death Raider cover for me.
Son of a bitch.
So
Do you have it?
Nice.
no, I'm not going to show it because that'll probably be for Death Raider 2.
Oh,
And
nice.
I haven't inked it yet either. It hasn't been inked. It
Well,
hasn't been colored.
now
It's
you
still-
teased it.
Oh man, tip of the hat on the market in there.
I know.
You're not seeing it.
I'm
I
going
got
to tease
it.
it
You're
for a
not seeing
year. I'm going to tease it for a year.
Nice. Well, I know I'll see it off stream, so I'm not worried about it. All right.
It's
And I'll
true.
screen-
And
then I'll
you'll just
screen
email
grab it
me.
to everybody. No, I won't.
Hey.
Yeah, Steven says, "Prove it, Rob. Prove it, Rob. Right freaking now."
Yeah, they're
yeah.
doubting you, Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
I know.
Nobody believes
It's not
Rob.
even-
Rob's a liar.
Oh, wait. Who worked with Brett? That'd be me.
I don't
worked
know.
with Brett
'Cause
bunch
You're
of
a
times.
liar.
Oh, that's terrible. No, I honestly, I won't show it.
Rob
Tease it like GTA. But didn't they get a leak or a release? Isn't GTA out now?
Yeah, I think they just released the trailer.
Trailer.
They
Yeah.
got-
Oh,
What's GTA?
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, I don't care
yeah.
about
GTA and Fallout
Yeah.
both are coming out for Christmas.
Nobody cares about that game.
Yeah,
Oh,
nobody.
dude.
That's why there's no streams out there. Nobody's releasing videos.
Nobody's
There's
talking about it.
nothing out there on it because this
Nobody's
is
talking about
Andy's world.
It's my world. I'm
So
telling
that's
you,
the
I
comic book
see all this GTA crap all over Twitter, X, whatever, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck does GTA stand for?"
Oh man, no. That's why half the comic book industry
Guns,
didn't go
titties,
work
ass.
for the video game companies.
Yep.
Because nobody cares about video games.
I don't play them, so
Where's
So-
Joe Mad? Where's all those guys?
that's right. So Hojo, let's get back to your stuff. How did you get into the whole crowdfunding thing? And let's talk about your campaign and stuff.
Well, I was on Twitter looking at my terrible football team as we were discussing earlier.
Oh, Packers.
No.
No, Jets, Jets.
Oh, yeah, I was looking at that. So one day I saw like Ethan Van Sciver trending. I was like, I know that guy. Like he did the Green Lantern book. Whoa. I started looking at it and I was like, people are saying some mean shit. And I looked and I was like, Comics Game. I was like, oh, what is that? Let's go to Wikipedia, Hojo's bullshit detector.
Yeah.
Plugged it in there. I was like, okay. And then I saw, I think, a Shelby cover of like Reaper Destroyer. It was
Yeah.
these people. That's how I just went down the rabbit hole. That's all it was. It just takes somebody or something and be like, what is this? Like a door that's glowing, and I'm like, well, I wonder what's in here.
Right.
And
Right.
that's all it took, and started buying indie books. And I was like, well, I have an idea that I had, a long time ago, and we couldn't get it done because CrossGen was out of business. And so I dusted it off, got my writing chops back a little bit, started writing some short stories, and then I wrote a 6-page comic for Luke Stone for Arrow Comics for like an anthology. I did The Son of Tarzan, but I did like the old man version of it. And just can't stop writing now, I guess. Met a lot of cool people, and studied crowdfunding before I tried it. A lot of people should do that.
Yes.
Hey, I'm right here.
No, you're Rob Hunter. You're doing fine. But some people just go in there and be like, oh, I think this is cool. I'll do this. It's not that easy, and you have to want it too. Especially at my level, I don't have a YouTube channel. I can
Right.
rant. I can say some of the clever shit on Twitter, but you don't see me saying it, so it's not the same.
Right.
But I got an editor, which is something every writer should do. If you're a first time writer,
Mhm.
do that. Get somebody to look at it. Just get somebody.
Mhm.
And I took it seriously. I funded the first book and got it in backers' hands in like less than 5 months, doing floppies. Not a lot of
Yeah.
people are doing that, but I've got a formula now that I know works.
Oh, cool.
So I'm using these platforms to move my way through funding the book now, and I can get it out the door. That way I don't have to drop a lot of money in the beginning like I did on the first one, because I saved up to do this.
Oh,
And
cool.
it, kind of worked out. I had a proof of concept. Obviously, I got a lot of returning backers, and my goal is to next year just drop the price and keep the same quality, because
Right.
the economy sucks, man, and you got to change the game at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, the economy certainly blows. Well, if you want to share your campaign,
Sure, will do.
feel free, and we can go through it and stuff. Let's see. Steven said Rob's girlfriend also goes to another school.
No, I'm married, so I can't talk about girlfriends.
No, but that's the point. You're married, but your girlfriend goes to another school.
Oh no, that I'm too old for that.
You are.
Crazy?
You are.
Too old. Maybe a college. Maybe she goes to a college in Canada. So
Well, that would be enough. I mean,
well, that's better than the junior high school from the last one.
oh, he moved up from elementary.
She was just a dummy. She was just slow. Okay?
Well, he's banned from 500 yards now of the school. So, yeah.
Hey, she was 22 years old and she was in 9th grade.
Oh, yeah.
So,
all right. Mythicals.
You got it?
You want to play the trailer to share sound?
I've never had to play the trailer when I'm sharing it. Do I just
just
mute it?
Oh, just hit play.
Okay.
You can hit play, and we'll give you a thumbs up if we hear it,
or a thumbs down if we do.
I told that moron not to take out my Tchaikovsky tape.
We hear it.
No matter. Let's get started. Here we are, Nancy Moon. The last time we left our heroine, she had just joined my esteemed colleagues at level M. We have the soldier who don't stop talking, a magician with money issues, and a vampire with a checkered past. But there are other teammates she's yet to meet. One in particular might be a little bit shocking for her. I do hope she's not allergic. Back it today, won't you? Like right
There you
now.
go.
No. Grumpy cat.
Nice. Well, give us the rundown of what the story is about and stuff so people know, and we'll go through it and your tears and everything.
Okay. Well, The Mythicals is a supernatural action mystery that centers around Level M, which is like a covert task force comprised of creatures from myth and legend, and they protect the world from supernatural threats. So it's like a little bit of, I would say, Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Wildcats with like a little X-Files conspiracy sprinkled in.
Cool.
And so she, in the first issue, she finds out that these monsters, all this stuff is real. It's not just a dream. And issue 2 is her first day at work. So like she was a case in the first issue, and now this, she's going to work, and they find out what all this is about. And so that's who was talking in the trailer. The cat, that's kind of like her handler.
Okay.
And, because it's almost like Men in Black. Like it's like issue 1 and issue 2 is like a 2-part pilot. So like in the beginning, like the first half of Men in Black, he finds out like, oh, there's an alien. Then he goes to work at this place, and there's like, you got aliens drinking coffee and talking shit, and a talking cat is her boss. And so this is a print by Eric Ninotowski. I'm in the process of coloring this, so this is like a work in progress. It's going to come in the box here. So you'll get all 3 copies, which is, you can get issue 1 right here just for $10.
Okay.
And that's 24 pages, and then that's about it. It's got like a flip cover, so you get the Peter Gilmore cover and the Dan Dog cover. And if you buy issue, you can get that by itself, or in these economic times, if you want to bundle it, there's a code for $6 off.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not gonna ding people like for shipping on 2 items,
Right.
So, and then you can get both issues for $15 digital. Here's the wraparound cover by Dimitri Nastos, the Greek freak. He turned out a stellar piece, man. Like, always I wanted a wraparound cover on the first one, but budgetary reasons, you know how it is.
Right. Oh yeah.
And so on this campaign, you can read this is page 1. You can read the first 5 pages. Kind of like stole something from Global Comics. And so here's like level M. I got like a Rush poster cameo on the back.
Nice.
And you can get all 3 covers. You got the Dillard cover. It's like a Hulk homage. Like I think it's issue 353. And then Oliver Isabedra. You can get each of the 2 covers for $13.
Oh, cool.
$8 shipping domestic. Sorry, Canada and the rest of the world. A little bit.
Yep. It's out of our hands.
Yeah, pay a little bit, yeah. And that's right. I switched it around. See, they got it now to where you can switch your tiers around on Fund My Comic, and I forgot I did it. It used to be just by price.
Oh, cool.
And you get all 6 issues, but I offer also a black and white edition of the Dan Dahl cover, like issue 1, and it's got a sketch cover on the back. For like,
that's nice.
It's just $10. And we got some trading cards. Eric Hodson did those. The ones on the end, the 2 ladies.
Yeah.
And the werewolf, that was Stefani Renee, and that's gonna be a metal card.
Oh, okay.
And here in a couple days, there's gonna be a reveal. You might have heard of Adam Miller. He did a piece of Nancy Moon that's gonna be a metal print that comes in the box.
Oh, wow.
And you get 2 stickers free with physical order. The 6 a.m. sticker, everybody's got to have that. And so it's pretty much like what you want. Like, I got some merch left over from the first campaign. You get a magnet, a patch, and a beer koozie that says, "I drink and I read comics. What do you do?" A chibi sticker from the first one. And I have 1 page of original pencils left, which is page 1, where you get to see Samuel speak for the first time.
Oh, very cool.
Alexandra's pencils are, not to steal your thing, but they're pretty tight.
Nice.
But you can, if you want to go heavy, you can get everything I've ever offered, which was like the box from the first one, where you get a bunch of pinups, like 6 trading cards, 2 of them are metal, the metal print, a glow-in-the-dark bookmark for $120. We got a couple of those left. I think 3 of those are left. And then you can get, if you got the first box, you can get this box. It comes exclusive with that standee right there, the Samuel standee, and the Nastos cover on the thing, on the front.
Oh, that's cool.
All 3 issues, all 3 copies of issue 2. Yeah, it's pretty much set up like I had a good teacher with watching the Lucent campaign. That should be the model for every campaign, and the Mavericks campaign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. So did you run the first one, I assume, on Indiegogo? Because I assume Fund My Comic was around.
It didn't even exist.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it existed probably when you did.
And I'm doing an Indiegogo in January, so...
Oh, for this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, everybody just... They have their particular platform, like some Kickstarter folks, like they prefer Kickstarter. I'm like, I'll run one over there, that's fun. And it kind of helps me, like with the floppy, is like, Fund My Comic, you can start getting paid after like 2 weeks.
Right.
Every week you get that previous week's take to make the book and help fund the book, which helps because I got to pay talent. Artists, good artists like to get paid.
Yeah.
So I pay on time, and sometimes I pay a little extra because you're making this happen. So, and then I use Kickstarter. That's 60 days, and then there's no in demand. I use that to try to do the back end with the shipping, and then use Indiegogo to try to, maybe turn a profit and, use that to back other books.
That's cool, man.
I told my wife, I said, I'm not in this, I have a day job that puts bread on the table. I'm doing this because I love it. I've wanted to do this my whole life, and I'm trying to get better every day. And I just want to get this story out there because there's 13 issues coming. Like, I'm pretty much done with or the outline is done, and I know how this ends. It's pretty much over for me. I'm about 5 issues in, like, written completely. So I'm kind of ahead of the curve on that point.
Right.
Need to tweak things, Lee Byberg and Carver, Kemosabe did Company Men. That's my editor.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty much in lockstep with things. And, I got the art team from the first book minus the penciler because I don't think he could handle the output. And I really wanted to work with this other guy, and his schedule finally became free and everything. It's like it's like the band Rush. Like until they found that drummer, it wasn't really what they could be.
Yeah.
But this is like the vision I had for the book. So it's nice. It's fun. And to answer a question, it's about 75% penciled. What he should be turning in the rest of them any day now because it works pretty quick. And we should be going to print in early January.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because it looked like your fulfillment was April, is what your target was.
Yeah, and that's just to give me a printer issue time. But I
Yeah.
keep everybody updated. Some things are out of my control.
Oh yeah. No, we all know too well how it is working with the printers and stuff. Sometimes
Yeah.
you're at their mercy. So
Yeah.
we ran into that, and we kind of knew it with Thanksgiving and stuff. So it is what it is. But once people get the books in their hands, they forget about all the other stuff. So, but that's cool, man. Well, let's refresh, see if any movement there or anything. Why not?
Sure. Oh my.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
Yeah, Randy even says Ojo's taking the lead. 2 backers to Rob's 1.
Oh, it's not a competition.
Or is it?
Or is it?
This isn't Graybeard Studio.
Is it a death match?
That's right.
No.
Thank God Rob doesn't live near you, Hojo, because if he did, he'd want to mud wrestle you naked. And you don't want to do that with Rob. I'm just saying.
No. I used to be a wrestler in high school.
Oh, yeah. But until you've mud wrestled Rob, you don't know.
I haven't mud wrestled many men, but
yeah, Rob has. His favorite, he likes to mix mud wrestling and yoga. His favorite mud wrestling position is downward dog.
Yeah. Ah, nice.
He was the stand-in double for the girls during Stripes when John Candy wrestled the girls. That was Rob in there for the stunt double.
Yep.
All right.
When they had to get the lighting right, they put Rob in there with another guy.
Him being muted makes us even funnier.
I know, right? Rob, are you still muted?
In Art of Roy, I've seen you're like the after party for like Graybeard Studio, like seeing what you'd post. Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, cool.
What you did was awesome.
Let's look at Rob's Death Raider real fast. Pull that up. There we go. Rob, give us a lowdown on where you're at. What's going on?
Campaign update.
Give us a campaign update. There you go. You're muted. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Nope. What did you do? Is this because you shared your screen? Stop sharing your screen and let's see if we can hear you. Talk. No? Nope. I can see you. Wow.
Wow, this is the best conversation we've had with Rob in a long time.
I know. Well, it's nice because
he can hear us apparently.
It's nice. He can't talk back to dispute the fact that he slept with a few men in college and stuff. So
he calls it experimenting, Andy.
All right, Rob will be back.
Yep.
Until then, we'll just pull the Mythicals
so
back up.
This actually goes down to the whole point of the internet we were just talking about. While I'm not a Google fan, that kind of speed, and fiber just won't have that kind of issues, Rob.
I feel so bad for him, though, seriously, with where he lives. I'm like, I don't understand your internet problems. He goes, dude, where I live, it's just ridiculous. It's awful. But hey, do you mind if we ask? Because I'm curious, what your quote unquote real job is, or is it secret?
No, it's lame. No, I'm an electronics technician, but this week, like, it's weird. It sucks. Like the last week of my campaign, like I have to. Normally, I have a job to where I can I'm not gonna say be on social media or like check things all day, but like I run a lot of diagnostics. I'm QA. I have quote unquote downtime, but here they sent me to this other location to where I'm actually doing I have solder boards. It's to catch up on a contract, and they need somebody with my talents and efficiency to go in there and just boom, 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 boom. So it kind of sucks, but I've been enjoying it because I get to listen to music all day and be by myself.
Right.
Like sometimes you just want to be by yourself and freaking work.
So you can do stuff from your house, you mean?
No. I'm at I normally commute about 30 minutes north but now it's only like 15 minutes it's at another facility that we own.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Circuit boards and stuff, and like if you look up on like a telephone pole, like these little metal boxes that are in the lines with these ridges, I check the work that people fix in there.
So wait, you have to get up on the poles and stuff?
No, good God, no. Nope. It comes to a facility, it comes to me. Workers do all that. They bring it to us to fix. They fix it.
Okay.
I look at it and give them my seal of approval, my stamp, and then I go on about my day and do lots of more, So I'm like almost like an editor. It's good to be a writer because I have a good attention to detail.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I wrote the Mythicals kind of backwards. Like
Yeah.
Honestly, it's good to have your end point so you know where it's going to end and what you have to work towards.
Yeah.
So
and the way I write is like I start here. I was like, here's A, here's B. I want this to happen along the way, and then I go in and fill it with like cool, awesome shit.
So do you write full script for your artist?
It depends. This newer one, he wants it to be a little bit more fuller. Like he's like, tell me what to draw in certain panel. Like if I say this is an important, I'll write that this is an important panel. This is exactly what I want you to do. I will Alan Moore the shit out of it for you. And sometimes I'll give them thumbnails and stuff. I can draw. I'm just slow. Like I'm not professional, but like I do, I do understand art and stuff. But
sure.
So that helps. That helped a lot on the first book.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, so I can help expedite the process because I can kind of see when I write something, I see how it's supposed to look.
Right.
No,
I mean, I totally understand what you mean. I've worked with writers that are very visual and you can tell from their writing style. And I've worked with writers, and I'm talking Marvel, DC, who you're just like, you must not be able to visualize anything because what you wrote doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I've been there, done that. So, but Rob is back. We can hear him. I can share it. So okay, Rob, cool. I will share it and you can give us an update. No problem.
Yep. Well, click on updates.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
When was your most recent one? Is this really recent or?
No, my most recent stuff still is Rob Hunter art on Twitter.
No, I just meant the update. When was this? That's all.
Oh, no, that was like end of November, as you can see. That was the most recent update I have. Yeah, it is the most recent update that I have. That's what you meant.
Right.
Yeah. So this is a description of the artwork Andy's showing right now. It's Deth Raider he's in a coma, so it's like limbo pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then he's, his favorite bar out of his memories, and his teammates all look like zombies for some reason because they're all dead. And
I do. I remember you posting this one.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool.
And then if you scroll down, there's like all the zombie guy, his teammates, like that's where they're like pretty much they're mocking him. And my favorite part of this is it's the last panel is actually, he's got his fists up because he's a little pissed off at him. But where you see the guy and right behind him, that's the Deth Raider armor. And that zombie dude, his old teammates telling him there's fate. There's fate's worse than death. So it's a little foreshadowing that, you've got this shit in your head. You're going to be able to do all this amazing stuff, but we're just dead, dude. You're actually fucked. So
are they mocking him by saying stuff like, look at us, we're zombies and our dicks are still bigger than yours and you're not a zombie?
No, they're mocking him by saying, hey, we're zombies, but we still have our legs.
Oh, that's
you missing your legs, bro. Yeah. So now I do give him because he's in limbo. So it's his memories. He actually has his legs while he's in limbo. But
nice.
In real life, he's in his bed and he's in a coma and he's missing his legs. So,
like Lieutenant Dan.
Oh, I don't remember this page.
My editor is my wife, and it sounds like she's the exact opposite of Hojo's editor because my wife yells at me all the time saying I'm putting too much into every page. So, and I just look at her and go, I only know one speed, lady.
So, that's right.
Okay, my wife is she's an accountant by trade, and she's a financial manager of the LLC, and she looks at the campaign more than I do. How do you think I feel?
Oh,
Nice.
dude, I'm sorry.
You go out, you sell.
But
Oh man, that's funny.
So Steven's wondering, is Death Raider a true story?
it's my story. I lost my legs in a campaign against some terrorists.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why you guys only see me from shoulder down.
it's funny. Your wife told me privately that you also only have one speed, and she wishes it was slower.
No, I just everything
Zing.
I do super fast. Then
Right.
because then I can just
What
get
she
it
said.
over with.
She also said you lost your man card, so I'm just saying, Rob, you're coming up short here. It sounds like.
She said, "If you don't take me to see
Hey.
Godzilla -1 in a theater, I'm getting a divorce." You bastard.
Oh, when she
I wish my
sees
wife would
commercials
say
like
that.
that on TV, she just looks at me and goes, "I don't want to watch that." She
Yeah,
just
I wish
tells
my
me
wife
ahead
would
of time.
say that. I wish my wife would threaten divorce, and so I'm like, okay, well,
What?
let's go. No, I mean, like, unless I see.
Oh,
no,
thank God!
That's
no,
on a
unless
live stream.
I see Godzilla.
Yeah, that's getting clipped.
Yeah.
No. If
Uh-oh.
she sees that, I might get clipped.
I was going to say, wow.
That's the other
She
clip.
hates sci-fi, anything like that, monsters, and she hates it. I tried to get her to watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, and she looked at me and she was like, "This
Wow.
is stupid." And I was like, "What?"
My wife went with me. We watched Godzilla -1, and she came home and told my daughter, "Your dad was right. It was a great movie."
Go
Thank
see
you.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, guys, definitely check out Rob's Death Raider. I've known Rob for 23 years now. The guy's pouring his heart, his soul into this book. I mean, it looks fantastic.
It does.
Thank you.
Got to get more eyes on both these campaigns. The links are in the description below. So, Randy's posting them in the chat, which is phenomenal. Randy, you're such a good guy for doing that. I even told Dennis, no, Dennis, Randy's book will not go out last. We will get Randy's core draft out before last. And he's like, fine.
And he did say, I will put a little extra DNA into Randy's book. So take that as you will, Randy. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully it all's together.
It's in a small vial with a cork at the top.
Ew, dude, Andy, what's wrong with you?
What?
This is what I deal with on a daily basis. So you should know this, Rob.
I'm the only guy in DNA 123 or whatever that stupid testing place is that got their sample returned because I sent the wrong type of sample. How was I supposed to know? I told him, I said, why'd you send it back? You just wasted it. You could have at least forwarded it to a sperm bank.
And he's like,
you're killing the children. You're killing the children.
Magazine for a reason.
I know. I told my wife the reason I bought this magazine is because I was sending a sample in to 123 and Me. So who knew that that's not the sample they needed? I didn't. Well, I do now. So
you're on a list.
I know.
He's always on a list. He's on a lot of lists.
3 and B.
I'm on a list.
Creepy list.
Yeah. You're on one list. You're on them all. Hi, FBI. My address is, and I'm going to now repeat Dennis's address.
They already know your address, Andy.
Yeah, they're looking at just spy satellites on us right now. Don't worry.
Exactly. Got to draw like Rob. Get on Graybeard topic list, and maybe that new King's Drawstream if it comes. We'll see if the King's Drawstream comes to fruition or not. If it does, I'll be there. And if whenever Aaron wants me on Graybeards, I'll definitely go. He actually a couple weeks ago, I guess Kelsey couldn't make it, and he asked me, but I didn't even see his message until like a half hour after Graybeard started, and Dan Lawless was already in, and I couldn't do it anyhow. But
everybody always tells me I gotta draw live on live streams, and I don't have the focus. I can't do it. It's why I don't do convention sketches at conventions. I do convention sketches in the hotel room, but I have a focus issue, so I probably
he does. I told him about this great idea for porn, and Rob was like, "I can't do it live. I don't have the focus." And I was like, "All right." So I told the girls to go home. This is when he was single, by the way. So just in case your wife is watching, way before you met her.
She's already in the corner. Back to the coffee can.
My wife watching a comic book live stream or a stream in general? No, she's not. She's not watching.
I know that's as far-fetched as her actually reading a book that you worked on.
No, well, she has to for this one. She's the
no, not this one. I meant the other things for like DC when you get comps. You're like, you want to read this? It just came in, and she's like, "We're not out of toilet paper, Rob. Put that away."
See, I can't complain about my wife. My wife's even helping bag and board and doing all these great things, helping us with the campaign out of the kindness of her heart. As long as I let her pick the movie that we're watching.
Right. So Dennis has been watching Hallmark Christmas movies for the past 2 weeks straight.
So Roy is giving me he just backed the book, which is awesome. Thank you very much, Roy. And he's like, you gotta get the book done as soon as possible. I just backed it. And then he's telling me to do pre-sketches. So you want me to spend time doing pre-sketches so I could do live drawing on Halo's channel or channel. But then I'm not working on Death Raider, bro. So
yeah, you can work on Death Raider live on a stream.
I'm not. No,
I would tell you, Rob. We just need to.
Everybody wants to know.
I don't.
Everybody wants to know the process, and I've told everybody over and over again, dude. I'm just doing marker shit. I'm doing marker shit, and then my ink's over top of it. So if you just go buy the marker illustration books, it's really what it is. Is it's just a lot of time put into. Honestly, what guys do already for illustration to make a lot more money. People just didn't want to put this much time into a comic book artwork. That's all.
I hear you. Well, I think it looks fantastic.
Thank you very much, Andy.
I really want both your campaigns to do more. I really wish I had tons of advice, but beyond what everybody tells me, which is live stream, talk to the fans, social media, I got nothing else to say.
And keep them informed. And I know a lot of you guys will watch these on Andy's channel or my YouTube channel. And we leave the links down below. So even you don't have to sit there and worry about scrolling. You can just go down and click on either Hojo's campaign or Rob's campaign. Go right to it and back whichever tier you want to get. I've backed both these campaigns. I think they look fantastic. I can't wait. And I think you guys will too. So just kind of nudging you guys, go back these.
Think of it as a Christmas present.
Nice and tight. Don't forget about nice and tight.
That's right, guys. Before we go nice and tight, the comic book art or the comic book pencil art of Andy Smith, that's me, is now 60 pages. It's an oversized book. We hit that $5,000 stretch goal, so it's going to be 60 pages of fantastic, nice and tight pencils. I will actually try to find if I have any pencils that Rob inked over me to try and put in this book as well, now that I've expanded it. So there you go. So, so guys, go check it out. It's an oversized book, and what I mean by that is it's bigger than a comic book in proportion. It's like 8 3/4 by 11 3/4, something around there. It's oversized. It is now 60 pages. It is also a digital version. So if you just want to see it on your screen, you can get that, save on shipping. Of course, the bundles, what I suggest, get a digital version. If you want to practice inking, you can digitally ink, pulling the pages into your favorite program, Clip Studio, Photoshop. Then you also have a nice copy of the book for your bookshelf, and you get the Art of Andy Smith. It was a 64-page sketchbook, one of my favorites from a few years back that I did. I'm going back to press, but I'm adding 20 pages of new art to the sketchbook. So it'll be 84 pages for the same low price. And last but not least, until Christmas, I've lowered the price of the one-on-one video portfolio review from $175 down to $125. It would usually be $250. It was $175 for the campaign. Until Christmas, it's $125, 2 hours of my time, one-on-one with you on video. So when we're done, you get the full video so you can rewatch it. You get all the draw over stuff I did in Photoshop as JPEGs or PSD files. So you can click on and off the layers. And they can be anything, storytelling pages, just, regular drawing that you're working on, sketchbook stuff, whatever you want. We'll go over it for the 2 hours. So check that out as well. Let's see, Joe, I see Nice and Tight. I got to read it. Nice and Tight is Nice and Tight Pencils, showing us all how great artists. Joe, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Unlike Dak Prescott throws. Man, I tell you, Joe, all I got to say is your Niners had better go all the way, because if they do not go all the way, expect the rain of hell for me to come down on you. Because unlike you, Joe, I'm not running my mouth. So, and I do, Joe.
Okay, that's crap. I'm calling it out. You run your mouth every single day, just like in fantasy football. I'm barely making the playoffs. But I'll play number one, and I'm going to run the thing because I'm Andy and I suck. But I'll win everything because I'm Andy every single day. This is ridiculous.
This is the type of fantastic fiction you will get when you read it. The story that he is spinning right now is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. We will be back, next Wednesday for sure, 3 p.m., the DNA show. On Friday, Thursday night, we're going to see Silent Night. Some people have referred to it as the new Punisher movie. Silent Night, Joel Kinnaman, he's out enjoying a nice time in his yard with his kid, building a snowman or something. A drive-by happens. Unfortunately, his kid gets killed. He gets hit in the neck, so he can't speak anymore. Now he wants revenge. So we are checking that out. We will drop the review on Friday morning, nice and early for
Christmas
you guys.
Movie. And then if you're in the area, we are at the Charlotte Comic-Con on Sunday. So if you are in the area, I know Marcus will probably see you there. But anybody in the area, come see Andy and I, and we will be at the booth. And hope to see you guys.
There you go. Guys, go check out the Graybeards. I know it started. Hojo, thank you for coming on and joining us. Wish you the best. Rob, as always, you begged, you pleaded, you sent me $20 Venmo, so I let you on. Appreciate it, Rob. I'm going to go buy some dinner.
You're welcome. What did you say?
I said I'm going to go buy some dinner with your $20. So,
that
no refunds, Rob. No refunds.
Next time, Rob, just use that $20 for internet. I think you'll be much happier in the long run.
This is the best internet until fiber comes through my front yard.
Well, we're crossing our fingers for you.
I'm crossing my fingers for you. Oh, wait. I'm crossing my fingers for you. And on that note, you son of a bee, bye-bye, everybody.
Good luck.
Nice and Tight, the comic book pencil art of Andy Smith. That's me. This book features 52 pages of some of my favorite full pencils that I did for other companies over the past 2 decades. The raw pencils as they were seen by the inker, and now you can see them for the first time. This book also comes in a digital